All right. Hello, everyone. How are we doing today? How are we doing? How has everyone's week been? It is Friday! Let's go! It means I can sleep tomorrow. Bullets, Steve-O, Rachy, Woodbit, Ghosty. How we doing? How are we doing? You got yourself a hyperskin? Ah, it's funny you should say that. I got myself a new Xbox controller as well. Ta-da! Literally just came through about 10 minutes ago. So now I've got a controller dedicated to my PC, to my Xbox, and now to my TV. Now I don't need to go through the hassle of pairing. Yes, the hassle of pairing is hassle. Now I can just pick it up and know what's what. And they're all different colors, so I don't mix them up. It's the weekend for some every day. Ah. No, I use wired. I mean, I use wireless. Yeah, that just never works for me, Steve. That never works for me. This is gonna work for me, 100%. There's no shadow of doubt that my method will work. Also, I think Norton is drunk because according to Norton, for those of you using Norton on your PCs, my Norton tells me that every single driver on my PC is vulnerable, including the Microsoft one. So either Norton is drunk, or I have no idea. Huh? How do you get audio from the Xbox controller? Norton knows Microsoft Windows 11 is spy. I needed VPN, man. The UK been a bit dumb lately, and this was cheap VPN. Oh, I'm not having issues. I said Norton is drunk. My PC's fine. I found out what the dev update issue was. There was something stuck in memory and it wouldn't do it. When I did a hard reboot, it cleared all memory from RAM and that was it. I totally forgot that you could hold, is it shift or control? I can't remember now. And hit shutdown, and that completely empties all memory and fully shuts down the machine. Doing that fixed the issue. So technically it was a case of turning it off and on again, just not in the literal sense. But it did fix the problem. I still don't have the full experience, the Xbox experience on there. It didn't come up for me, so I'll just wait for the official release at this point. Ah, I see. That's what you mean, Rachie. Okay. Well, also, Steve, now that I've finished buying what I need to buy, I'm in the process of putting money aside now for PC parts. Yeah, the option doesn't appear in settings for me. There's no option there. It should be above the game bar. I don't have any option for full screen experience above the game bar. It just doesn't show. It's fine. It's really not that big of a deal. I've missed the trend and the opportunities to make content on it anyway. So, it is what it is. But how are we all doing? Just waiting for some stragglers to come in, but yeah, it looks like a lot of people enjoyed that Neon Inferno yesterday. Seems a couple of people picked it up today after I posted about it, which was nice. But it looks like Kronos, being the first topic of discussion, has sold 500,000 copies. Now they're obviously celebrating Thanksgiving here, and it's probably not the picture I wanted to go with, but Blooper is saying it's a massive success. So here's my question. Is it a success? We are indeed cultured. Apparently, what is it? Arknight's Enfield, closed beta 2, is going on at the moment. Everyone is posting everything about it. Looks pretty awesome. So hopefully that should be out sometime soon. If it's able to get sequel, yes it is. I mean, I'm assuming they made profit because they were dancing around for 500,000 copies sold. Not bad, Byron, not bad. So come on, folks, how painful was your Black Friday spends? Or your Black Friday week spends? You know what, Rachie? I've been saying this for a long time. I've been saying that for a long time. The quality you get from these games is insane. And they are churning out the quality, you know, week after week, month after month. You'll get some, you know, bloopers in there every now and then, but generally it's doing, they are pretty much carrying, in my opinion, a lot of the weight at the moment. You pre-ordered Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate Digital Deluxe Digital Edition. Damn! Man, they're proper giving Capcom a run for their money, aren't they? What do you mean feel bad? I think this Black Friday week, I've spent about $2.5 grand. I literally spent. I went big. I'm done. I mean, the fact that the Xbox LIX is now in stock and I can't afford it makes me so sad. It makes me sad. But I'm very happy with what I got. I got a bunch of smaller games that were priced ridiculously, crazily well, like £2 each and stuff. Got a TV. I got my daughter her new phone. Bought my son his art pad. Lots of other stuff for the house. Stuff that was needed. So I'd say this Black Friday was a success. My favorite one was my son's art pad. I bought it directly from the manufacturer because it was cheaper there. But on Amazon, a week before, they put it on sale. And it was $179. And then a day before Black Friday, they sent an email out saying, "Hey, we noticed you're looking at this. It's now on sale for $179." And then on Black Friday, they sent me another email saying, "Our biggest discount yet on this item, 33% off, $179." Yeah, I see what they did there. I totally see what they did there. Oh, is the physical on sale? How much? I might be tempted if it's cheap enough. Woodpit, it's on Asus's website. It was in stock today. I don't know why I bothered checking because I can't afford anything right now. Hey, Grey Manad. Yeah, if you have to go to Asus directly, and they had some in stock. But with my car insurance coming up in 3 weeks, I have to be a responsible adult for a change. Wait, 50 Canadian and that's the sale price? What the hell? That's no sale. Nah, I need the car, man. I got kids. I need the car. No car, no life. That's how I see it. A car is the extension of life. Byron, they probably only had limited supply when it came to stock at that price that they were selling at. I gotta show you guys this. This is special. So check this out, right? I said, I guess they really are planning to launch it with the next Xbox. Breaking. According to a Rockstar Games insider, because these insiders are coming from everywhere, Grand Theft Auto 6 could face yet another delay, possibly pushing its release date into 2027 or later. And then this guy says, basically, no GTA has been released on console. And I said, there's always a chance, right? And then I went and did some Googling. And it turns out GTA 1 was originally released on PC. So the first GTA was on PC. And GTA 2 was on PC and PS1 simultaneous release day one. So technically he's wrong, right? And so I said basically. What does basically actually mean? And then he blocked me because he knew I was right. These people. These people. These people are so stupid. Tell them to walk. No. There's too much crap going on in the streets of London, man. I ain't risking my daughter walking home and that sort of shit. It's become the Wild West around London. Yeah, Sony are doing great deals on PlayStation 5 at the moment. Like I said, in the UK it was less than £300. I did Tarnished, and I kind of agree with him because technically every game is going to have that label. It's going to become a norm. Like, there's no point in having that label when it becomes the norm. I think right now people are really touching over it, but let's face it, it's not going to go away, and companies are going to use it. Every single company out there is going to use AI one way or another in their games. And so at that point, if something becomes the standard, is it worth putting a note there saying AI was used? That's what he was really getting at. It's like saying cars, right? If a car is using petrol, and petrol is the only form of medium to put fuel into the car, and you can't put diesel, you can't run it on electric. It can only run by petrol. Is it worth saying that this car is run on petrol? But in the end, every single game is going to use it, so you're not going to support anyone. You're going to stop playing video games entirely. Your choice will be, I will never buy another video game that's released from this date, or I'm just going to live with it. That's what your choices are, Tarnished. As crap as that might sound, that's going to be your choices. Because in the end, every company is going to use AI. Even if they say they don't, they will. And they put it this way, they're using it today, right? They've been using it for the past 10 years, just not in the way that it's being done today. When you tell a system to auto-populate the field, that's AI. It's just not in the same form of AI as you're doing today. Well, yeah, of course it would. The stigma of AI is really bad at the moment. But at the end of the day, it's not going away, and people just need to get used to it. And people will. Even yourself. As you know, as horrible as that sounds, we get used to a lot of things. If there's no choice, have you seen short AI? I've seen some of them on YouTube. Like, some of them are okay, but most of them are still dodgy and they're weird. You can see that there's so many issues wrong with them. But the problem is now, what I don't like with AI generation. I think they've given it to the market a bit too early, and everyone is going crazy. You're getting a flood of AI videos everywhere. You can't really tell what's real and what's not half the time. And I feel like content itself is losing a bit of its value. But, you know, this goes to video games as well. Like, where do you draw the line with it? At some point, AI is going to be the norm. And we are very, very quickly approaching that. The bigger problem with AI, of course, is this. Nvidia reportedly no longer supplying VRAM to its GPU board partners. And this is kind of crazy, right? Oh, oops. Oops. Oops, 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 oops. This is kind of crazy, right? Nvidia reportedly no longer supplying VRAM to its GPU, and they're creating the problem, right? Nvidia and Microsoft have created this problem with their heavy investment into AI. Garlic, you're right. Oh no, that tarnished, I agree with that. That I agree with. It's a dumb thing to say, but then this is Tim we're talking about, right? You know, there are some things that we know is true, but you just need to read the room and not say it. You know, like that situation with Matt Booty when he came out with that TikTok statement. I know it's true, but that was not the time to make that statement. You gotta read the room and time it right, right? And Tim, I agree with you on that one. Tim definitely chose his timing to be much. But you know what? You're talking about it. And people are talking about it, which means it's going to be trending, which means the SEO is going to be there, which means we're all playing into the hamster wheel of social media, algorithms, SEO, click-throughs, and so forth. The whole purpose is to get people engaged, outraged, and talking about it. Because then it gets eyes on Tim, it gets eyes on Epic, it gets eyes on what they're doing, right? So, you know, it's all a byproduct of getting attention and engagement. And that's exactly what he wanted, and that's exactly what he got. It's how marketing works, I'm afraid. The best form of marketing is free viral marketing. There's no such thing as bad advertising as long as it's not criminal. Oh, by the way, I know I said this in my last stream, but it turns out YouTube has changed the way nicknames work. They've given people, I think it was like 2 years or a year and a half to change their nicknames with the @ sign. You can go and actually apply your nickname. For those that have already done it, your names are appearing now, as they should do. Or if it's the same as your email, then it'll appear the same as your email. But you now have to go in and actually select a handle in order for your name to appear. Once you've selected a handle, your nickname will appear as you want it. But until you do that, your email address will be displayed, like Awaken Godzilla. Nvidia typically bundles the GPU and VRAM together, but because of the shortage, they can't do that. When they are part of the problem that is creating this with their push for AI. I know, Tarnished, but he's still gonna do it because it's still gonna get people talking. Again, for those interested in the Xbox Ally X, it's available on Asus right now. Let me double check if it's still even available. Because it was available when I last checked earlier today, but obviously I'm just brassic right now. I can't afford it. I'd love to get one, but I can't. Oh no, it's sold out. It's sold out again. It was on sale earlier today, but it's all gone. Yeah, Currys and Asus constantly get them in stock every now and then, so it's worth checking them in the UK. They are just intermittently coming in stock. I'm gonna have to wait until next year now. Hey man, it's a very, very wanted item, so people are buying it like crazy. But hey, people said no one wanted it and no one was going to buy it, right? That thing is selling out quicker than they can stock it. But you know, credit to them, they are stocking it and restocking it. It's weird though, the white one is even in second-hand stores now. The entire industry is currently navigating a memory crisis, with companies pivoting to favor AI clients over retail markets, leading to a severe drought that's expected to only worsen. Nvidia, the world's largest GPU manufacturer and a leading beneficiary in AI boom, seems to now be affected by a problem it helped exacerbate. According to leaker Golden Pig Upgrade, now that is a name, Nvidia has stopped bundling video memory with its GPU. So does this mean that the graphics cards are now going to be cheaper? Because they're not supplying the VRAM, or are they still going to charge the same price for the graphics cards? Nvidia doesn't manufacture VRAM. It's made by Samsung, Micron, or SK Hynix, which is then procured by either large AIBs directly, or Nvidia bundles it together with its GPU to sell as a package to board partners. Clearly, ongoing memory shortage has gotten so out of control that even the green team doesn't consider this feasible anymore. But yeah, kind of crazy. Asus said it will ship by the 10th. At some point, it's going to this AI boom is going to burst, and when it does, it's going to fall flat on everyone's face. All that being said, this is just a rumor. What? I mean, it's not even confirmed. Oh, reportedly. So, I'm seeing Potato Rock going crazy about this and laughing, and, you know, others laughing at this when it's just a rumor. Man, I thought this was real. I thought it was confirmed. Okay, that's. I guess there is the potential for it to be true, but Jesus. It's alright, folks. I have an angel investor that is madly in love with Carmine. My angel investor is just amazing. His love and devotion for Carmine is just out of this world. Wait. How did you know I was talking about him? I deny everything. So it looks like Ioneo. Next 2 sharing session is about to begin. I don't know what time this is in the UK. What time is this for me? A new flagship Windows handheld built for the future. A 9-inch OLED native landscape display. 2400 by 1504 resolution, which is weird. With a 165Hz refresh rate. With a whopping 32 minutes battery life. Powered by AMD Ryzen A1 Max 395 for discrete level performance at the low cost of £7,000. Looks amazing. Oh, hello there, angel investor. I was not talking about you. That's crazy. Which part didn't they say tarnished? I know a lot of people that have the Ioneers. It looks like they've got the trackpad as well, which is really smart. They've got a trackpad. They got... That looks like a weird D-pad. Not really sure about that. Why spend billions? Why make billions when you can make millions? But yeah, how much do you think? How much do you think this is going to be? Flagship. Who is paying more than $1,000 on a PC handle? Does it support Xbox FSE? How many products do you want? Ioneo. Yes. I mean, doesn't Ioneo have like 900 handhelds now? I'm pretty sure they have like 900 handhelds. Oh, Leaf, here you go, buddy. This is for you. And for anyone else that has a Steam Deck. That's a weird resolution though, right? 2400 by 1504. Yeah, they beat me to it. I was going to make one and then I saw that and I said I'll just post it in chat today. You know, in the UK, there's a website called Shop2. They're selling a lot of cheap PC games. Like Batman VR for £1.60. Definitely worth checking out, man. But hey, I finally have an Xbox game to give away today. An Xbox Series X game. Woo! I got a code. Courtesy of Ubisoft. Come on, that's awesome, right? I got a code courtesy of Ubisoft for an Xbox Series X game, so we'll give that away because Ubisoft is hosting a crazy massive sale at the moment with games, you know, up to 45-55% off. So pretty awesome. You should go check it out. It is for Star Wars Outlaws. I believe it's the gold edition. So it should have all the bells and whistles. Oh, poor John is not even here to revel in his success. Damn. So yeah, I guess no one's interested in this at all. No. The next generation flagship. See, my issue with a lot of these is one thing. They're all tiny iterations of upgrades for what they do. Not, they're not a generational leap, and that's the problem. They're all releasing like small iterations, and I don't really see the worth. But hey, more news. It looks like PlayStation fans are a bit upset. Unfortunately, let's emphasize the unfortunately, the next installment of Stellar Blade 2. That doesn't even make sense. That sentence breaks my mind. It doesn't even make sense. The next installment of Stellar Blade, let's just completely ignore this one entirely, will not be PlayStation exclusive. Oh no! So, Stellar Blade 2 will be multi-platform along with their next game, something Spirits. Spirits is being published by Tencent, company Level Infinite, but Stellar Blade 2 is going to, I think Stellar Blade 2 might also be published by Level Infinite as well. The same company that does Nikke for Shift Up. But it looks like it's going to be multi-platform because Tencent likes money. And it's going to be simultaneous day and date. So this could potentially land on the Switch 2 as well. Yep, Ragey. Yep, let's see. Sony ruined the sales of the game going exclusive. I mean, game probably would hit 10 million copies sold if it released where Project Eve was supposed to launch. I think that's a bit exaggerated, but okay. I mean, it sold, what is it, 1 million? Oh right, it didn't release on PC day and date, did it? So yeah, he might actually be right. PC would have carried this hard if they launched it day and date. Just like they did with Wukong and Helldivers and whatnot, they would have carried this hard. So I don't know if it would have hit 10 million copies, but there's potential for what it would have done. Well, if my money wasn't enough, the next game would be getting... I swear, they don't know how to write English. Well, if my money wasn't enough, the next game would be getting any more money. Do you know what? It's so late in the evening, my brain can't read stupid. My brain is like really struggling. But yeah, Stellar Blade 2 will likely launch on all platforms. forget the outcry of the censorship. Have you seen the mods since? Like, there are some weird mods. I don't recommend you go looking for them. I did, and I am still scarred after someone sent me a few pictures. Like, people have some of the, there's weird and then there's weird. I don't get some people. No, judging. I am just gonna put it out there. I am judging. I am totally judging. Hey, John, you were just being thanked by Ghosty. He was thanking you for your, your generosity. Instead of Revolutions, okay, Rising. It's a good game. It's got good music, good gameplay, good mechanics, and the story's pretty decent too. Nah, Bruno, I'm talking weird fetishes, man. People are like making all the characters pregnant and stuff. Like, that's some weird fetish. That's weird, man. No. You're the Ubisoft CEO, right? But it'll be. There are also rumors that the original is coming to Xbox and Nintendo Switch too, so this probably isn't a surprise. And with the way PC blew up, especially with the modding scene, it's no surprise that Shift Up is going to look at that and say, look, we lost all this money and all this potential. We could have made a lot more money if we released this simultaneously everywhere. And so I think. But did you guys hear about Sega? I don't really have a slide for that. But Sega is now structuring their game releases because they've now realized that they screwed themselves over by the way they have their release structure for video games, and the way they're doing it now is actively decentivizing people buying their games. Don't we already have that? Oh, the PS2 cost of it. And I mean, I think there are a bunch of them on Steam. Well, Rachie, you can have the metallic ones. I'll take the silicone ones. So here's the thing. Sega releases their games, right? And what they do is say, hey, we've got our game out now. This is really cool. And they'll buy it. And then 6 months later, they say, hey, by the way, we're releasing a definitive version with like all this bonus extra for you to buy. So they've done that so many times now that this year it's finally caught up with them and people are just not buying the games. And their sales have gone down. They've received bad sales numbers, and when they did their survey to their regular consumers, the number one reason that came back that people aren't buying the game is because they're waiting for the definitive version with all the content bundled up. So yeah, Sega gone on fucked up. Persona 5 and Royale is a prime example of that. Yeah. That's exactly it, Leaf. That's exactly it. Because they keep doing these, definitive editions with extra content and extra stuff and new characters and this and that and extra storylines. The community is basically caught up to what Sega's doing in double dipping with their games, and they've just stopped buying them. And they said, yeah, we're just going to wait until the definitive version comes out so we can just play the intended version rather than the double dipped version. And do you know what? Good on them. Absolutely good on them. You know, I hated this puzzle so much. But, you know, that's very well done to the community. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly the point, Leaf, and it's so stupid that they're doing stuff like that. And you know, it's cool that it's finally caught up with them, and they're getting called out for it. I have a soft spot for Sega. That was the first company I worked for, and you know, I've always been a Sega fan as a child. You know, but there's no denying that they've been enjoying this ride of double dipping and ripping off their consumers for quite some time, and so now it's finally getting, you know, it's catching up with them, and all I can say is good for them, man. Good for them. Yeah, because it's a different SKU, right? It's technically a different game. So you can't even use your save file. You have to play from the beginning. It was one of the things that really pissed me off with Control, right? With what 505 did. And I you know, I argued with them to hell and back. Not that anything was ever going to change. But you've got Control, and then you've got the RTX version with the Control Complete, which had like all the stuff with RTX in there. And they said, yeah, you know, we've released this version, pick it up. And I said, cool. And then I started seeing people saying that their saves weren't working. And then they were like, yeah, because it's a different SKU, you have to start from the beginning. Meanwhile, for those people that immediately, day one, purchased it as soon as it went live, your save file worked. And then they took it down and released the next version that didn't work. So they could easily enable it, but they chose not to. And that's a dick move to do. I don't care what anyone says. So it was working, and then they disabled it. All this talk about it being a different SKU is BS. It was exactly the same game. There was nothing extra outside of the content being bundled with it, and it having an RTX mode enabled. It's the same game. Mate, when I was working at Sega, I think one of the racing... I think, which racing game was it? Was it Sega Rally? I can't remember. I wish they did release another Sega Rally, though. I do miss my Sega Rally. I'm pretty sure there was a Sonic Racing back in the... around 2008, 2000... Was there a Sega Sonic Racing game between 2006 and 2010? I remember there was. Let's see. I think it might have been Sonic Rivals, or it must have been, no, might have been Sonic Racing. We had it in at the time when we were testing it. I think it was one of the Sonic Race, the original Sonic All-Stars Racing. And they were I can't remember which game it was actually. It could have been Monkey. Either way, it doesn't matter what game it was. We were testing the DLC characters before the game even came out. So that sort of shit happens all the time. And you know, they hold it back. It's sad. Well, the English voice acting is going to add a lot of space. HD textures, especially 4K, is going to be massive. So, depending if they're not compressing them, that's it. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. If they're not compressed audio and compressed textures, they're going to be big. I don't know what the size of the original one was, but you know, it's going to add a huge chunk to it. So, a former Xbox 360 exclusive is getting a remake that might skip Xbox. A remake of the former Japan-only Xbox 360 exclusive Steins Gate is coming in 2026. But will Steins Gate Reboot come to Xbox? Hopes look a little slim. And so Steins Gate is, I believe, a visual novel of the game. A major remake of the visual novel Steins Gate has confirmed a Western release, which is kind of cool. Kind of sad if it does skip Xbox, because this was a game that I actually really did want to play, but it was only available in Japan, so I don't read Japanese. But then I'm looking at this, right, and I don't really see... I mean, is there really that much difference between the two? The left is the original and the right is a remake. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of prefer the left over the right. I'm really liking the left image over the right image. What do you guys think? Banisher, I'm actually going to be giving away a gold edition of Star Wars Outlaws today. And as you have rightfully said, as the CEO of Ubisoft, you're also offering great discounts at Ubisoft. So for those of you interested in getting some cool Ubisoft games, including Phoenix Rising, which might still be available for you to pick up for free by just logging into your account during this period, it's definitely worth checking out some of the discounts that they're offering. Thank you to Ubisoft for providing me with the code. We're going to be giving away the Outlaws for Xbox in a little bit. It is Xbox Series X and S. I don't think it's Play Anywhere. So for those of you that are going to be trying to win it, it is for the Xbox console on its own. So, yeah, to me, the left one looks way better. Like the skybox, the way the textures on the actual time machine at the top. I guess that's spoilers. But, hey, everyone's seen Steins Gate by now, right? This game is... This anime's been out for years. This is actually one of my favorite animes. This is such a good anime. If you haven't seen this, you absolutely should watch it. I'm so bad with names. But the guy in the trench coat, the scientist, the shit that he has to go through at the end with his time warp. Oh, man. I really felt bad for him. I really, really enjoyed this anime. Talking about animes, I finally got the missus to sit down and dive into the world of anime. We're watching Violet Evergarden, and she's really enjoying it, which is awesome. We're like on episode 5, and now she's actually getting sunk into some cool anime, which is amazing. Now it gives me even more incentive to just sit down and watch some through Netflix with her. great stuff. But yeah, to me, the left looks way better. The one on the right has just lost all the flair, all the art direction, all the creativity. It's just bland. It's just... I don't know. It almost looks like, you know, early 20, you know, the 2K 2010 era, where everything just looked plasticky. Should have started with high school, didn't it? Nah, she's not ready for that yet. Beast player. Stay away from Urotsuka Doji. Mate, I know what that is. I know what that is, Diablo. Shame on you, Diablo. Shame on you. That is an old ass anime, and I know exactly what that is. Shame on you. And which one are you talking about? The Demon Slayer? Part 2? Part 3? Part 4? Not that I would know any of this. But yeah, I don't know. I saw this, and it would be a real big shame if it doesn't come to the Xbox, considering it was on the 360. An established and no English version of any previous Steins Gate release has ever made it to any Xbox console. Even though Majors did release new entries for the 360 and Xbox One in Japan, it did not publish an English version of Game Loop's Ogre Tale on Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One in 2024. And it also released Psycho Pass mandatory happiness achievements in the West. Back in 2020, so it's not impossible to get English localized works from Majors, but it tends to favor regular Switch and PC releases instead. I mean, I can see why the Switch, it makes perfect sense. Our best hope comes from Spike Chunsoft, which has improved in its Xbox support, even if it is still a bit spotty. Next year, publisher will bring No Sleep for Kaname Date and Danganronpa 2x2 to Xbox Series X and S, and it's pretty solid in making sure Xbox fans get Kazuta Kadoka related games like Danganronpa and Master Detective Agency. Also, Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero came to Xbox. That was good of them. Don't worry, the text will be in English here. You can see the new 3D character models. I don't know, I prefer the I think there's no need for changing anything with this. They should have just added the English voiceovers and it would, or English text, and it would have been fine. Code Geass was good, man. That was a good anime. Wait. Part 7 of what? Part 7 of what? No! I hear we lost the angel investor to Call of Duty. He's out there right now, plowing. I guess plowing is not the right term. But crosshair sighting all the tenants. Hey, Bruno. Have a good weekend, man. Enjoy, my dude, and eat well. By the way, I hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you all had a good turkey day and had your feast like a king. Apparently, Forza Horizon 6 is targeting release window is the first half of 2026. According to Nate the Hate. What do you guys think? Yeah, that's why I changed that term. I changed it. I changed it real quick. I'm sorry to hear that, Diablo. By the way, if you put exclamation win in the chat right now, your entry will be in for a chance to win Star Wars Outlaws. I believe it's the gold edition for Xbox console. I don't believe it's Play Anywhere, so it is for the console. Put your exclamation win in. It is one entry only, so there's no reason to spam. Bullets and Ghosty, you're already there, so it's working, all good. I'll come back to it in a little bit, and we can think. I'll put that like that. Yeah, man, I hope your mother's feeling better, man. But yeah, what do you think the chances of this is? You hope to win just to bend the game? Why? It's one of the few Ubisoft games I don't already own. You own all of them? It's a visual novel where you are... You'll give it to Ghosty if you win? So I'm guessing no one really cares about Forza. Okay, we will move on. Routine is 6 days away. Now this is an interesting game that I think has a lot of potential. It's very corridor based. It's more like a horror game, but it does look interesting. If you guys remember the trailer for this. It's almost like a psychological horror. But this is definitely one I'm looking forward to, and I hope it actually turns out to be good. Doesn't seem like it's getting much fanfare for it, which is a bit of a shame because it does remind it did look really good. Let's get a trailer up. Let's get a trailer up. Do. Oh, by the way, did you guys see the latest Destiny 2 trailer? That was kind of cool. I have to admit, they did good with that trailer. I mean, they normally do, but This one was actually really good. I was quite impressed with the trailer for that one. Let's see, is this... Alright. If we full screen this, share this tab. I don't want to blow your ears out. Desktop is on. Let's see. And you guys are hearing nothing, which is not great. Properties, why does it keep defaulting? Let's see now, is it going to come out from both? Yes, it is. Alright. Let's try this. This should be good. Let's go 4040p. So this is routine. I mean, graphically it looks really nice. We'll have a look at that next, Leaf. What's with the picture taking? Yeah, so this game is going to be day one on Game Pass. It's going to be on Xbox and Steam. Well, obviously Xbox. That's a dumb thing to say. But it's going to be on Steam as well. So, kind of... I don't know, this game looks really interesting. I really like it. You said Hellraiser? Alright. Now that's from 3 years ago. Is it this one? From 4 months ago? I guess it must be this one. Is there any music in this that's gonna get me demonetized? I'm guessing it's this one.
To us, they are the same. You know nothing about the true beauty of suffering. I see your intrigue, your fear.
This is getting a bit...
Inability to comprehend these sights.
Dude, you could have warned me that this had...
The infinite terror within. The reckoning will
Honestly, it doesn't blow me away. Did that blow anyone else away? That is probably not the right term to use. But I'm hoping you understood what I meant. I don't know, it just looked very boring. I don't know, maybe the game will be better when it launches. Never judge a book by its cover, they say, right? Let's see what the game is like when we actually get some actual proper gameplay. Should be fine, Leaf. I just wasn't expecting it. Team Cherry is thinking of making a new game instead of Hollow Knight 3. What do you guys think? Should they make a Hollow Knight 3 or make a new game? New IP that's basically going to be Hollow Knight 3 but just with a different skin? Or should they make Hollow Knight 3 with the same skin? Hollow Knight extraction shooter? Don't really care. Pablo 2030. But yeah, so that's a thing. That's definitely a thing. Well, they're talking about a Hollow Knight 3. Where are you going to 4? Steve, there's not a game hard enough for you, mate. I've seen people get broken by this game. They couldn't beat it, even on medium settings. I think even on the lowest setting. So it's difficult enough. Remember, not everyone is a sadist or a masochist. Have you guys been hearing the controversies going around with Arc Raiders? What do you think of this? Now, there's a lot of this is like a massive controversial topic online right at the moment, and despite the fact that I think, I disagree with what's happening, I still think it's fair play, but I don't think it. I don't think they should change it in any way, shape, or form. Even though I did say something to the contrary. So, as you can see here, the guy is extracting. He's doing his damnedest to extract. And the NPC basically takes him down, but he's still on the inside. So he can still extract. And that's it. He's finally extracted. He is safe. And someone inside shoots him. And all that work he did right at the end is completely wasted. What do you think of that? This is a big topic online right now. Especially with Risket and Gaz going at it hand in hand. They're going mano a mano. Helldivers released day and date, and wasn't available on a free, It wasn't available on Game Pass. Xbox will always have that taint over it, unfortunately. They don't release their numbers for what their Game Pass is, and so we'll never know. So it's pointless even talking about that, to be fair. What do you mean? Clearly he has bigger beef with Gaz than we know about, right? It's not just about this. He has much bigger issues with Gaz than video games. So I'm not going to sit here and just talk about that. But I'm just talking about the whole concept of this. I mean, to me, I don't know. I mean, there's two ways of looking at it, Steve. You know, there's one where you absolutely gain nothing from it. Killing them in the game is one thing because you can loot them. But the death that happened right here, you can't loot the person. The only thing that you get from this is just the complete fuckery of being an arsehole. Oh my God. Like, there's no way that you're going to loot from it. So that's the kind of dilemma going around right now. I mean, you can still be a wanker for doing it, right? People have the opinion and they've got a right to call you an arsehole if they want to. That's not being a baby. It's just different opinions on what's going on how you see things. But this is a really controversial thing. And loads of people are talking about this right now. And I don't know. In the end, it is just a video game, as you say. Like I said, Riskit's issue with Gaz isn't just this game. There's other underlying deep things going on there. I don't know what their beef is. I don't really care about what it is. But clearly, between the two of them, there's something way bigger going on. And good luck to them. They're both adults. They can fight it out themselves. They're both acting like children. You've got one, you know, doing what he's doing. You've got the other one, fat shaming and medical condition shaming. Is one okay with you and not the other? Because you're not putting Gaz down here. You see, it can go way deeper, which is why I'm not getting involved in all of that stuff. They're two adults; they can do what they want. But I'm just talking about the concept of what's happening here. Do you feel like if you've made it into the actual shelter, once you've activated the countdown and the shutters are closing up, should you be invincible to the damage? You know, should you just gain an invulnerability at that point? Because anyone doing anything gains nothing. Or should they be able to kill you until as it is right now? This is Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders, however you pronounce it. So, the question that's going around right now, you're vulnerable right now, you're vulnerable to death. At this point, where this is closing, you become invulnerable. That's what players are asking for. Once this starts to close, players, the PvP element of it basically is to end.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Did you get out? Get out.
I don't know, it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. I see both sides of the argument. In the end, I'm on the... You know, I'm probably going to lean towards the side of it's fair game. You've got to be aware of your surroundings. So make sure you're... thing. But I also feel that stuff like this is going to kill the game.
Whoever is in charge of Xbox marketing PR needs the boot no advertising for Silent Hill 2 and it is best version on the X.
Hey Andy Hart, thank you so much for the £5 super chat. Apparently there's a, like with Death Stranding, now I don't know if this is true, just from what I've seen people saying, there is still a, some are saying there's still a Sony deal, which I don't believe personally, but apparently the marketing for this is purely on Konami, and Konami didn't give any marketing rights to anyone to market, and so Konami is the one that needed to market this, and they didn't. Now, should Microsoft have stepped in and said, hey, we're going to do some marketing on this, like you say? I think they should have. I think it's dumb that they didn't. The game just randomly appearing is not going to get the sales. There are people that don't know this game exists. So I still think, regardless of people saying that it's on Konami, because it is, because they own the full marketing rights for the game, people saying that there's a Sony deal, I don't believe that at all. And just Googling it yourself, you'll see that the marketing rights are fully held by Konami, and they control everything. Because Blooper Team had the... I think it's Blooper who made it. They had the same problem when they were releasing it for the PS5, and people were asking them, hey, why is there no marketing done by Sony? And they said, we don't control any of the marketing for this. And it's all on Konami. And so I suspect it's the same thing for Xbox. But I feel like they should have done something, anything, to let people know that this is coming. It didn't even appear in their actual showcase for games that are landing, which is the craziest part. If it at least appeared in their partner preview, I would have said okay, but they just literally just threw this game out there to the wolves and said, hey, if people notice that it's there, yay for us. If they don't, well, you know what I mean? It is what it is. And I think that kind of sucks. So I 100% agree with you, Andy, that, you know, there should have been something, anything that they should have done. There's no reason that they couldn't have added a 2-minute trailer into their developer showcase, partner preview, to show off this game. Absolutely 100%. Thank you for the £5 super chat, dude. Graham and Ad, this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And it is going to hurt the game. It is going to hurt the game. Steve, Konami are responsible, but there's no reason why Microsoft couldn't have put it into the developer preview. There's literally no reason why they couldn't have done that. Fear's a great game. I was gonna say was, but it's still a great game. But yeah, Greymanad, this is, you know, this is happening a lot. People I see just standing outside the extractions, waiting for people to go in, and then killing them on extraction. They're not even trying to get in; they're just killing them at extraction for the sake of it. So they can, and you know, stuff like this is going to get people to stop playing, and it brings the end. You know, at some point, it really depends how much you want the game to survive. Because in the end, it's only going to be the sweaty versus sweaty left. And when that happens, the game's not going to be fun. Just look at any PvP game when they do skill-based matchmaking and they put sweats versus sweats. They don't have fun. The only time the sweats have fun is when they're dunking on the noobs. And when the noobs leave and all you're left is with the sweats, the game won't be fun anymore. And essentially, it's a vicious cycle of you killing your own game. And it's going to happen to this as well. Which sucks, right? Because the game has a lot of potential. But It is what it is. Let's see. Anyone else for the giveaway? It is for Star Wars Outlaws Xbox version. I'll give it another 1 minute and then we'll do the giveaway. All you need to do is put !win to claim it. Yeah, the difference between that, Byron, is that you're not vulnerable. With this game, you're completely vulnerable because you have, that machine that is there for you to activate takes 5 seconds, and that's too long. It needs to be, in this situation here, look, this is what I'm saying. In this situation here, where he's activating it, just look how long it takes. It's a lifetime. See, at that point is when he hasn't... Now he's actually gained control of the character, right? But this started... Where did he start? So it took 7 seconds between activating the console and getting to the actual position where you can control your character again. That's crazy. In the Division... It's literally, what, 2 seconds between you firing up the flare and getting into position to hide. Yes, people are going to camp the spot and try and come at you, but you've got the opportunity to fight back. Here, you have no opportunity. So it's a really bad design flaw. It's a really bad mechanic that is being, right now, exploited. You couldn't pay me enough to play this game. Well, actually, you probably could. You're a billionaire, right? So, but I'm not buying this game. This is the type of game that would make me rage. That said, though, I did actually enjoy what I played in the beta. It wasn't really for me. I'm not an extraction shooter type of guy, but I did enjoy it. I did enjoy the concept of what the game is. But I think there are some severe design flaws here. 7 seconds is way too much. Did I finish Silent Hill F? I did. Yeah, it's really, really good, man. It's really good. I'm actually going to replay it because... And I don't know if people want me to stream the replay because it will be a lot more streamlined in terms of the game. I think you can now... I mean, I've seen people finish it in an hour, so there's that. But they know the game inside out. That's speed running. But the average playthrough can take about 4 hours for the second playthrough. But there's a lot more... Every time you play through it, there's more context to unlock, which tells more of the story. And the more I'm reading into the story that you find out in subsequent playthroughs, makes the game, it evolves the story and what's happening and what it is more into like the lore of everything that's surrounding that village. But the default ending that you got is more than adequate to be canon. But there is a true ending, and if you watch the true ending on YouTube on its own, it's not going to make any sense. Like, it's going to make no sense whatsoever. But if you find out the information that requires you to play it 3 more times, then it makes more sense, kind of thing. Because every time you play through, you need to get the... So the one you get is a default ending, then you've got the bad ending, then you've got the good ending, and then you've got the canon ending, the true ending. And every time you play through, that last area that you're in your house, changes drastically, as well as the notes you find around the village. There's new notes that get added every playthrough that explain more and more as to what's happening and why it's happening. And so, yeah, I'm not going to go into details of that right now because I know people want to play it and it's still fairly new in terms of game, but it makes so much more sense once you've done that. So it's one of those games that if you really enjoyed the game and the lore and the context, it might be worth playing it through a few more times and trying to get those endings so you can actually start to see what's actually going on, why it's going on, and the ultimate revelation of those actions. It's a really, really good game, and it's really well done. My only gripe is that they require you to finish it 4 times. They should have actually made it so once you've completed it the first time, you should be able to just skip a certain portion of the game and continue from there. I think they should have done that, but they didn't, and that's just the Silent Hill way, right? Yeah, Silent Hill F. I go loot, you'll wait at extraction. Well, as soon as I get there, you're just going to shoot me in the face, so what's the point? Wait, you act like I don't know what you're going to do. This game is not free to play. It is buy to play. It is a good production value. The developers are doing awesome stuff with this, and you know, credit to them. So I don't want this game going free to play. I usually am against that sort of thing, but you know, I usually say these games need to be free to play. But the amount of work the developers are putting in is really cool. Let me see if I can find. Is this it? Let me see. Alright, check this out. So to give you some context, right? This door here, you need a certain key card or you need to do something to access it. And people have been going in there and stealing the loot, right? And coming out, they've been basically wall glitching through and getting the loot. And the developers have tried to fix it, and the people have just been finding ways around it. So now the developers have found the ultimate fix. And they said, do you know what? It's now fixed. If you want to go in there, go in at your own peril. And so this is their fix for it, right? Check out the fix. Are you gonna get in? Most people use like a device that they put onto it in order to get in. Yeah, something like that. That will force you into it. As soon as you go in now, if you go in without the key, you insta-die. Best fix ever. I don't care what anyone says. If you go in there unauthorized without the proper access codes, the flamethrowers come on instantly and barbecue you without anything. That's it. It's game over. What do you think? What do you think of that fix? That's a great fix. So, you know, credit to the devs. They're doing their part. They're changing things. But yeah. Alright, let's do this giveaway. No shit. So we have a winner. I'm sorry to say, Steve, it wasn't you. I'm sorry to say, Ghosty, it wasn't you. So, I'm not seeing any messages by... I need that guy to actually message, like chat in like 5 seconds. No, well done, Ghosty. As you can see, these were all the names in the list that voted, that was in. Not many of you. But yeah. Congrats, dude. Ghosty. Ghosty won. Let me give you your code. Congratulations, dude. And thanks again to Ubisoft for providing me with the code to give you. I appreciate it. I don't see you messaging me in Discord. What a shame. I guess I'm gonna have to re-roll this since I'm not getting a message. I guess you don't want it. It's over. No, just kidding. Here you go. All right. I have other giveaways as well. Let's see. We got Batman Arkham Asylum Game of the Year edition. I believe this is for Steam. If anyone is interested in that, but let's do that one. Let me clear the thing and we can do another giveaway. Yo, come in. You have a question and I may have an answer. Exclamation win for Batman Arkham Asylum Game of the Year edition. It is the Steam copy. Go. Exclamation win. Let's do another giveaway. Is what? COVID? Yeah. Why? Yeah. Yeah. That's called the flu. That's called the flu. It's called the flu. No. No, you're too dumb to have COVID. What happened to Oreo? Oreo's still about. He's lazing about somewhere. He is definitely lazing about somewhere. Let me just quickly fix this and we can continue on with what we're doing. All right. The Batman Arkham Asylum codes are provided to me by Bullets. Thank you very much for the codes. Man, there's a lot of... How many of these did you send me? I appreciate it. We shall give them all away. Just fixing this, and then we are done. All right. Okay, let me save that. My thing is updated. That is good. Double check to make sure that that is actually correct, and there was multiple copies of that. There was. Okay, great. Okay. Let's put that there again, and I am gonna just go check on something for a second, and I'll be right back. One sec, chat. Exclamation win to win a copy of Batman Arkham Asylum Game of the Year Edition on Steam. Alright, I'm back. Where are we? Bring Oreo? He's upstairs sleeping. He's not downstairs. He's not even... Yeah, he's definitely upstairs sleeping somewhere. In a little corner. All hail the mighty chair. So do you remember back then? Why are we still doing this, folks? Why are we now comparing Steam deck mode or whatever it is? You know what? I'm not even going to bother with this story. It's not worth it. It's so stupid that people are comparing Steam and Windows. I'm not even going to bother. Let's move on to Nintendo Switch, and apparently Assassin's Creed Shadows is landing. There's cross progression, so you can start on your PlayStation or your Xbox or your PC and finish up on your Switch if you want to do that for whatever reason. But you know what? I appreciate the cross progression option over here. More companies should do this. Lament of Innocence was good. Wait, those were the 3D ones. No one wanted those ones. So yeah, you got touchscreen support on the Switch. You got cross progression, which is great, so you can play it wherever you want just by uploading your save file, which more things you do. All the title updates are included when it lands on Switch, which is kind of cool. Now this is the part that gets a bit silly. Ubisoft did a deep dive on the technical challenges of bringing Assassin's Creed Shadows to the Switch 2. It's going to have full DLSS, well, it's going to have DLSS support with VRR support, and it's targeting a stable 30 FPS in docked and handheld modes. So if all of that is with DLSS, what frame rate is it actually running at native? I agree, Seth. I agree. I agree. Fantasy Star Universe, the single-player story game. Capcom is ignoring Breath of Fire series, Dino Crisis. Mate, a lot of games are being ignored. Do you know why? Because no one's going to play Dino Crisis, and no one's going to buy it either. Breath of Fire may do okay. Fantasy Star Universe probably won't do as well as people think it will. The problem now is a lot of these games companies are looking at these games that they have. People are looking at them with rose-tinted glasses and thinking they're going to do amazing. But when they actually put the effort to make those games and bring them back, no one buys them. And we've seen countless examples of these as well. But no one buys them, and that's the, you know, this is why we're getting sequel and only sequels that are coming out of the games that we're enjoying. Is the companies are so scared to make a new IP or bring something back. What they will do first is bring a remastered version. Look at Legacy of Kain. They remastered that and brought it back, right? It probably wasn't the best version of the game, but they did so. It didn't really sell great, did it? It sold average, you know, it sold modicum to pretty poorly. So we're not going to see a Legacy of Kain remake. It's not going to happen. They're doing these little small kind of pushes to see if there's a demand for it. But people probably don't want to play those. They want to play something new. Because if they, you know, you can play those via emulation anyway. As much as emulation is illegal. Or, well, it's a grey area. But you get what I'm saying. But that's kind of how Visions always looked, right? Isn't Visions of Mana $49.99? How much is Visions of Mana? Amazon are selling it for £28. Visions of Mana generally costs around £60 for the standard edition. So it's not full price. But targeting 30 FPS is interesting. It does show the limitations of the Switch. But at the same time, right? Ignore this Nintendo God guy. It's just weird. Graphically, you gotta admit, it looks okay. A little bit muddy here and there, but look, for the Switch, that's actually really impressive. For the Switch 2, this is actually really, really impressive. For what the Switch 2 is, I can say okay for 30 FPS. I don't have to like it, but I can understand the limitations when the games are looking this good. I'm actually impressed the Switch 2 actually looks this good. This is, you know, Ubisoft are doing some hella magic with their games to make it look this impressive on the Switch 2. Breath of Fire 4 on GOG for £10. That's not a bad price at all. PS5 and PS5 Pro doesn't have VRR? What do you mean it doesn't have VRR? Isn't it 46 FPS before VRR kicks in by default on the system anyway? Leaf, I have no idea. I don't have it on PlayStation. I haven't checked. All I'm saying is, I know this is 30 FPS, but with these visuals on that device, right? 40 was it 48 or 46? And I always get those two mixed up. But it is via software, right? That's what I remembered. But with this level of fidelity on the Switch 2, mate, Switch 2 fans are eating good. I got nothing to say to this. I know you got a bunch of PlayStation fans mocking this right now and saying that, oh lol, in 2025 30 FPS, and I get that, right? But you've got to look at the hardware that's running it. The Switch 2, I mean, this is punching above its weight, man. This is impressive. This is impressive. The Series S is more powerful, though DLSS, in my opinion, will always be better than FSR, and that's the advantage the Switch 2 has with DLSS. But the lack of RAM in the Series S is its big bottleneck, right? Yeah, sadly, this game isn't a play anywhere. I was the Xbox PR guy lied about it, and loads bought it on Xbox thinking it was, and then it wasn't, which is kind of sucks. Raichi, 100%. They needed at least that. Byron, I can't afford anymore. I can't afford anything else, man. Stop saying that to me. That's tempting. I tell you what I do want to buy instead, though. Astral Chain. I've always wanted to play Astral Chain. I was supposed to go down to Computer Exchange tomorrow and check it out. But I think they've got it for like £25. But apparently it's going to be pouring down with rain and I don't want to get wet. So that kind of sucks. But Astral Chain has been an RPG that I've always wanted to play. I heard it's really, really good. I mean, you can get a 4K TV today for $200, so I think most people will have a 4K TV. Play it on PC? Maybe. But if I'm going to play it on PC, I need to own it first. I won't. I'm just not going to pirate like that. Like, there are other Switch games that I've played, but every Switch game I've played on PC, I own physically. Or digitally. But I own it. So, that's my motto with emulating Switch games. I mean, I'll go as far as saying you should also own the console, but people have different views to me on that. Playing ZZZ with the Duke controller is a... That's why he should have stuck with one of these. Should have stuck with one of these. I should do an unboxing of this, right, chat? I should do a 30-second video unboxing of this controller. It is beautiful. Pulse red. I'm surprised none of these gacha games are on the Nintendo Switch, honestly. They would make bank on there. That's like the perfect place for it. And yet it's not there, which is crazy. But then you have Metroid Prime Beyond, which I picked up for £15, which is great. So maybe I should stream that one. Alright, let's see who won this giveaway since no one else is coming in. Alright. I've got multiple copies of this. I'll give both of those away. Stevo, you win. And Seth, you win. Seth0, please message me on Discord. Steve, message me on Discord. And I will give you a code each. Because I am being so generous today. Okay, Steve doesn't want his one, so that's fine. Da-da-da-da. Okay, that's sent to you. And so we're going to be doing giveaways of games pretty much every stream now. I've got a ton of codes to give away. So, yeah, most of them are Steam based. But, you know, it's all good, right? Thank you to all of those that have donated Steam codes. I do appreciate it. But yeah, we still got like another 20, 25 codes to give away. So we'll do some more next stream. We'll do another 2-3 giveaways. And we'll ramp it up towards my final stream before I break off for Christmas. Maybe. Maybe. Metroid Prime! Who's picking it up? Who's hyped? Do you know what I don't get? They remade Metroid 1, remastered it for the Switch. Why did they not do Metroid Prime 2 and 3? Like, everyone's played the first one, but why wouldn't they do 2 and 3, which are part of the story? Like, if you just jumped into the Switch brand spanking new, I mean, those games aren't even available on the retro catalog, right? So it's so weird. Alright, hold on. Let me fix something. Where is it? There you go. Alright. Don't worry, he's been timed out. I've got no time to waste him. He just comes in here, makes a retarded statement, and wants to provoke. He's added nothing. Yeah, I've timed him out. The guy's a retard. He doesn't do anything productive in chat. He just wants to spark a reaction, and I've tolerated him for 3 streams now. So yeah, he could piss off now. I don't care. That was literally sillet banged. 100% sillet banged. Yeah, I don't mind some people. I don't mind those that are coming in and having constructive discussions, and I welcome that, having alternative views and playstyles. But just coming in to just be a dickhead, I've got no time for it. So, all right, moving on. His loss, not mine. But yeah, like Metroid Prime 2 was. I mean, I don't think I played it. Actually, I mean, I've got it on the GameCube, so I definitely started it. Or maybe I did complete it. I can't remember. I know I didn't play Echoes, which is the 3rd one, and I always wanted to. But when they announced the remaster for the first game and they released it, I got excited because I thought they were going to do Corruption and Echoes as well, and they didn't do it. And then they didn't even add a way to actually play it. It just made no sense. I'm happier having fun with it, Raichi. I'm just a little disappointed that Nintendo had the opportunity to do what they did with the Mario collections with like a Metroid Prime collection of having 1, 2, and 3, the trilogy, and they didn't do it. I don't know. It seems like a missed opportunity to me. But hey, what do I know? I don't, think. So continuing the Nintendo trend, Nintendo to acquire Bandai Namco Studio Singapore. Now, all the Nintendo fans are going crazy over this one because they believe they're getting all the Bandai Namco IP as well, and they're not. In fact, they're getting a whopping nothing from this. Bandai Namco Studio Singapore is the one that actually helped make Metroid Prime 4. And so this studio primarily exists to assist development on the Nintendo platforms. So Nintendo just acquired them because they are now familiar, and because Nintendo has been struggling as of late with development on the Switch, they needed more people, and so this is a no-brainer for them to acquire and add to their studios, because it will assist in getting games out faster. But there is no IP transfer with this. Leaf, they could have literally just put it through emulation, right? They didn't even have to think. Just put it on the Retro Store, or just give people the same version. Give them the GameCube version. It doesn't have to have anything. Just price it adequately as a re-release. $19.99. Bundle the 2 games in there and sell them. The GameCube release, whatever. Sell them. $19.99 for Metroid Prime 2 and 3. Done. It would fly off the shelves. Fly off the shelves. So there's no reason why they couldn't do it. It's not like it's going to cost them anything. It will be running for emulation. Yeah, but that's Metroid Prime 1. I'm talking about 2 and 3. They don't have to do the remaster. They could have done anything. I believe it was Arkham Knights. Yeah, Batman Arkham Knights. I think. Let me double check. It was Arkham Asylum Game of the Year edition. Sweet. But yeah, so I think this is a great acquisition for Nintendo. I think it will do really good things for Nintendo. And it will speed up their delivery in games. The one thing Nintendo has nailed down, which is really, really good, is their delivery. And they're doing well. So hopefully this will help speed things up again for them. Tormented Souls 2 has sold 100,000 copies. We've been blown away by the reception. We're also working on some exciting new content, and we'll have news in a few weeks. So keep your eyes peeled. I'm pretty sure I picked up 1 and 2 for this, and it's basically like the old school Resi games. Is 100,000 considered good now for an indie company? Yeah. Why are people like this? I don't understand. Like, do people just get a kick out of being wanks? I mean, they must really get a kick out of being a wank stain. Because that's what that does. That's still all I can call that. That sort of a comment. It doesn't make sense. Like, why do you need to be that much of an arsehole? Tormented Souls 2 trailer. I mean, that 100K pretty much paid for their whole development costs, right? Like, they're good. So here's the game.
My name is Caroline Walker. I came to this town to find help for my little sister Anna. She does this thing where she draws terrifying images and somehow they become real. But it was all a trap, and now they've taken Anna.
Caroline! Are you there? They have me locked up in this horrible place. Please!
Alright, I'm not playing it.
What happened here?
This damn place can bring out the darkness in our
You all saw why I'm not playing this, right?
idea how powerful it is.
Where was it? Where was it?
Caroline! Are you there? They have me locked up in this horrible place.
Like, why? Why? That's literally nightmare fuel. That is nightmare fuel. Right there. Right there. Right there. Everything else was fine. There was nothing else wrong with this game but that. I have a huge phobia for spiders. Like, I'm massive. I am hugely arachnid. I have my arachnophobia is off the charts. Which is why anything Steve is going to send me is going to get opened by the missus first. She will need to examine it because I just do not trust him. Nope. 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 No. Just no. This is another one, right? I'm really looking forward to this one. This is inspired by Resident Evil Silent Hill.
You never should have come back.
I mean, there's a lot of these games going around. It's like a massive comeback for these games.
Gone a long time. Ran when things got hard. Left the band behind.
I need to know why. Why she vanished when everything was coming together.
It looks so cool.
Isn't that why you're here too?
Did you forget what happened on that night? This place remembers, and so do I.
I got the waifus perfect, though.
I'll be waiting.
Nope, this game is dead too.
Find me.
For a second, I thought this game was going to make it. It really does, Diablo. It really does. I mean, I saw it, right? It was somewhere. Where was it? Where was it?
So come and find.
There you go. That's it. That's it. It's over. It's done. It's finished. It's not happening. But yeah, another great game that hopefully will be fun to play. Since from what I've seen, Metroid Trilogy is a GameCube game, right? Metroid Trilogy! Metroid Prime Trilogy is a 2009 adventure game compilation developed by Retro Studios and published by Nintendo for Wii. Oh, it was released for the Wii. It compiles 3 entries from the Metroid franchise, Prime, Prime 2, and Prime 3. Prime and Echoes, originally developed for the GameCube, featured, implemented, and Corruption was based on the Wii remote. So yes, it does exist, but it's a Wii game. And they could have released it, you know, on the Switch or something, but they decided not to. I did face my fears. I let a spider live there for 2 weeks, and then it decided to grow, and that was the end of that. That was the end of that. Warframe is coming to Android. Our Android closed beta is now officially live. Sign up for access with your compatible Android device and experience. So for those of you that want to play Warframe on a mobile phone, knock yourselves out. There it is for you. It's all yours. Let me just do this real quick, chat. Let me do it. I'm gonna do it. You might call me petty, but I'm still gonna do it. It's okay if you call me petty. What? Really? Yeah, looks like someone added him to the banned list already. Who was that? Interesting. Okay. That's done too. Wait, when did this display come on? Seeing Warframe on a phone seems weird. I mean, I can get that. I just changed my name. Did you add a handle? You may need to log out and log back in. So here's the thing, right? Why are people happy that PC component prices are going up? Don't they realize that that's going to affect consoles as well? I'm really confused about this. These people think that just because the prices are going up for PCs, it's not going to affect... No, but it's going to affect the next consoles as well. So I don't really understand where's the logic in being happy with that. I don't understand. So you're basically being happy that it's going to what? Be more expensive for yourself as well come turn of the next generation? It's so weird to see console gamers happy that PC prices are going through the roof with the RAM shortages. I did, Leaf, and I probably still would have been playing it, but my angel investor decided that he wasn't going to help me build the base. Shame on him. But Ghosty, that doesn't make sense because come the PS6, if the prices are still high, they're not going to be immune to that price. The next consoles are going to have VRAM. So laughing at the fact that there's a VRAM shortage or companies are offloading it to someone else, that's going to affect them as well. There's no logic to this. I agree with PS5 blows. They're just sick. Yes, you can, Steve. It says CSM 101 T series. You've done it. It's now changed. So basically, anyone else that wants to do it, you just have to go and update your handle. I mean, previously it was saying Steve, so this is a step up. We know that, but they're trying to use it as a win despite the fact that PC is the superior place to game. I mean, PC is the superior place to game. Let's face it. It absolutely is. But I also think there's a place for consoles, as long as, you know, they keep the pricing right. Price has to be right, man. But I will never understand that logic. Like, I see the value to both, right? Recently, I've started using my Steam Deck a lot more as well, now that I've actually got most of the stuff that I want running at full speed, thanks to FSR 4 and lossless scaling. But I just don't get that mentality, right? I just don't. It's weird to me. Like this, right? Like this. So you got King Fresh laughing at the fact that prices will continue to go up, but it's like when the time comes to get your PS6, it's gonna you know, it's gonna be a £1,500 machine, $2,000 machine. Like, what are we talking about? Do they think that it's gonna maintain that $500 with 32 gigs of RAM? I mean, you know, there's some mental delusions going here. Like, no one should be happy with the way AI is destroying the RAM market right now. Do you know what I mean? Capcom is actively working on a new Dead Rising title. As per new report, reportedly been in the works since 2023, would reunite players with Frank West and company in a new setting, Hollywood. Who's interested? Keep in mind that they did censor the previous game release that they did, which is a bit disappointing. They changed the good stuff. I mean, Steve, that makes even less sense. So you're not even trying to kill it with fire chaos? I mean, you saw Destin's post, right? That spider that's living in his house? You saw the post I posted for him? I said burn the house down. I literally put a meme there with the house burning. It's the only way. I don't know, it's just weird to me, man. But Dead Rising, I really enjoyed the games. I really wanted to buy the remake that they did, but they decided to change too much of what made the original great. And they just couldn't keep it the same. And for that reason, I just didn't bother with it. And I mean, when they reached out, I just wasn't interested. I was so disappointed that they made the changes that they made to it. It's just stupid. Yeah, Dead Rising 3 wasn't a thing, but they remade the original. I think it was the original. And they should have kept it going. But they just censored too much in the game. Like, the whole purpose of this is parody, right? And censoring Dead Rising? Come on. Come on. Silliness, man. Silliness. I agree. Now, do you remember that you would get points for taking pictures of the females, the top part of their cleavage and stuff? Or there was that quest with that woman that who wanted to get a coverage with you, but she was making suggestive actions. They took all of that out of the game. All of it. All those the sexy screenshots that you could get for the sexy points, which were like 3-4 times, all of that was removed from the game. And it's like, why would you do that? Like, there's literally no need to do that. It's more effort to remove it than to leave it in the game. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let me see if I can find it. Dead Rising remake. So like this. You know, you can see a bit of the cleavage there. Now she's basically all buttoned up to the neck. So you can't get any of those points. They've taken this mechanic out completely because you can see a little bit of cleavage. Like, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. Guys, only 18 likes in the stream. That's terrible. I didn't even notice. Only 18 likes. You guys are terrible. You're killing me. You're killing me. . But yeah. I feel like there's just... It's not your birthday now? It's always my birthday now. How's it going, tell us? Maybe if you had more keys. Mate, at 18 likes, that's not getting any more keys, man. But we'll be giving more games away next stream on Tuesday. Just so people are aware, on the next Friday, we're doing our final game night for the month. Well, for this year. We will be playing Cosmic Vision and Dead by Daylight are the two games that I've got planned. As a sub, I'm going to do Friends with Golf as well on the side if there is time. But usually we only get through like 1 or 2 games anyway. So for those interested, pencil it in. 5th of December is game night, community night with the community. So hopefully I'll see you there. Just thought I'd throw that out there in case people are wondering. Those are the 2 games that we're looking at. I know Cosmic Vision is 4 players. Dead by Daylight, I think, is like 5 players. So we will rotate as we're playing. If there's enough people joining. So, yeah. So hopefully we will see, or I will see you there. You don't have to be good at it, Ghosty. Devin is going to cheat anyway. Once a cheater, always a cheater, man. He ain't ever escaping that allegation again. I'm even seeing him being called out in my son's stream when he was playing. Guy was playing Dead by Daylight and there's people in there saying, don't play with Devin. For those wondering why my son wasn't streaming tonight, he's, as you heard, he came down earlier. He's got his 24-hour bug turned into what he believes is COVID, but I think it's just a cold. Well, not a cold, but a flu. If he's still walking, then it's a flu. He ain't ever escaping those allegations. Ever. Hey, apparently, that liminal point that I showed you guys earlier, for Black Friday, it's 100% off to wishlist. So you can do it right now for free. Sounds like a good deal. Jeez, man, RAM is getting more and more expensive. DDR4 has gone up in price too. What is going on? DDR4 RAM at 3200 megahertz is £156. I might sell my RAM sticks at this point just to fund my new ones. Any other topics you guys want to talk about? That is everything I had. I managed to scrape up for today, which I think was a fairly good amount of info. We have the whole CEO of gaming at Microsoft, Phil Spencer, has revealed that compared to last year, Game Pass Cloud hours are up 45%, but they won't tell you what it was originally, so there's that too. It's like, hey, we've gone up by 45%, yeah, but what was the actual figures from last year? Yeah, we're not going to tell you that. It's like, okay. Yeah, it means nothing though, right? It means absolutely nothing if you don't have the figures. Yeah, compared to yesterday where I couldn't really find anything. Now, there is a game that I've been offered on PlayStation called Pools. Has anyone seen it? I don't really know much about it. I grabbed the code because why not? Right? But it was it's supposed to be a game about swimming pools on PlayStation, which is sounding weirder and weirder as it goes on, I know. Let's check out a trailer. Hey, look. I got Neon Inferno on Xbox. See? Progress. Alright, let's end with this one, because this is just... I have no idea what this is. Apparently there is no fighting, there's no combat, there's no monsters. I feel like this is literally a game designed for PlayStation. There's no music. It's available in VR too. It's not available on Xbox. It's only available on PC and PlayStation 5. And they offered me the PlayStation version. Hey, those hands were creepy. You probably will, Gorsty. Great for that. Oh. I mean, it's creepy, right? It's unsettling. I think all you do is just walk around. But it is very unsettling. I think the point that's the point. That's the thing I'm getting at Diablo. I don't really know. But I think it's more like a psychological horror game where nothing does happen, but the eeriness of everywhere is what's supposed to freak you out as you explore the different areas. It is an indie game after all. It is made by a small studio that doesn't have that many people, but I don't know. Maybe we can check it out sometime. and we can see if it's good or bad. It's probably going to be bad. In fact, my money's on it being bad, but you know, or maybe not. But yeah, Ghosty, I'm hoping the PC release date comes out soon, but I assume it's going to be at the TGA at this point. It's not soon. Next week, Thursday, we have the PC game show that's happening. It starts at 8 p.m. So I think it starts at 8 p.m. So we'll probably definitely go live by about 7:30 on the day. So look out for that. Next week, Tuesday, will be the normal stream. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow or Sunday. I might, if it's pouring down with rain, I might play something. Haven't decided what, to be fair, from like midday-ish for a few hours. But other than that, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to, like how he be on time. Hey! I'm as on time as the box is on time. But all jokes aside, I think that's going to be it for today. Oh, you have it on PSVR? PC VR is creepy? Oh, so it might actually be worth checking out then. It might be worth checking out. Trying out a creepy game, seeing what it's like, and if we don't like it, move on. It's all about freaking out. Box don't have a time? My life expectancy does, though. Alright, folks. Have a good one. And I'll maybe see you guys tomorrow if it's not pouring down with rain. Alright, man. Peace out. Have a good night, and thanks so much for hanging out. Thanks so much for the super chats. I appreciate you, and we'll be doing more giveaways when we are live. So if you see me live, feel free to stop by for those as well. I'm out. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good night. No, if it's not raining, I'm going to be out with the missus. We plan to go out tomorrow. But if it's not raining, then... Oh, well, if it is raining, then we're not going to go. So, yeah. And tomorrow night is movie night. So, if I stream, it's going to be during the day. Alright, folks. I'm out. What do you mean, don't? Get out of here.